And the reason we're doing this is because in English, these are two standards that you have all the way really from 9th through 12th grade. The state says you should be able to cite evidence and support what the text says directly, as well as what it might suggest. In other words, there are things that it doesn't always come out and tell you. And then they also want everyone in English to be able to read and understand stories, dramas, and poems that are complex. So we're going to start simple, but then we're going to get a little more advanced as we go. And just a note for teachers, I just took the standards and I didn't write them in the super complex language. I wrote them down in a little bit friendlier language for students. All right, so we got some learning targets today. Number one, and everybody should be able to do this. If you can read it all, you should be able to do this. I want you to be able to tell the literal meaning of a poem. If you can't understand the literal meaning, you'll never be able to get any other kind of meaning, okay? So literal meaning first. Secondly, I'm going to have you identify, can you, and this is a little harder, can you pick out which words are more important? Poetry's already condensed down into fewer words. So more words are important. But out of those words even, some are more important than others, and those will lead you, look for things that may stand for something else. And then finally, we're going to try to take those keywords and see if we can figure out what the hidden meaning is using the evidence that we've come up with in those keywords, okay? So the keywords kind of are your evidence. If you can pick out those keywords, you've already got your evidence. So those are your learning targets, and this is how you're going to show your learning. You're going to have at least one poem you're going to work with a partner on to see what you can do. Then you're going to be on your own for at least one poem at the end, so I can tell on your own how well can you do this skill. And then for those of you who really get it and maybe are a little faster than others, I've got a challenge poem to see if you can figure out there, okay? Any questions so far? We got something, Kenzie?
Give me a second. What did you say?
Anything on this line? I know you weren't paying attention, so I picked it. No, I'm joking. You're working. She's like working ahead furiously. I can tell you. Look down one as far as I could. Anything there?
That's pretty little. But
Yeah, it is kind of little. There's not a whole lot there. So what word maybe would you pick out?
Okay, I'll get this as far as I could.
All right, as far as I could. And why is that important to you?
That's pretty little. Like, just, I don't know. Like, you just look down as far as you could. As far as
Is it
I could
important
see.
that he didn't just glance at it?
Yeah.
All right, now we're jumping ahead there. Yeah, he didn't just glance and then pick one.
Yeah.
He's just there looking, and he's looking as far as he can see there, right? Now, I want you and your partner to do this same thing. Except I want you to do these next three stanzas. Can you give me the literal meaning? Can you mark the key words? And then can you connect the dots there? All right? All right, go. Can I stop everyone just a second?
No.
I noticed one little thing in 4 of the 5 groups. No, 4 of the 5 groups did not mark this, took the other. You got to go with this. He looks at one and then he takes the other. It's very important that you realize he did what right here?
He made the decision?
He made a decision. Okay. Out here on time. Do something for me. Hey, I want everybody to stop right here. Here's what I'm noticing. We have kind of a split in the class. Half of you are just zooming through this like, man, I got this. All right, and then half of you are like, yeah, I need a little more help. What I saw was this. You guys, except for the one little thing that was odd, I saw almost everyone picking really good keywords. So I think literal meaning and keywords, we're not having a problem. Some of you, though, are having that trouble jumping just a little bit. So here's what I want you to do. Those of you who are ready, move on to the one that says the sick rose.
Nope. I didn't get the first one.
And then some of you, I'm gonna come
Actually, I
around
did
and
get
and
that
work with
one.
you on that other
Okay.
poem that's called Mother to Son. So I wanna talk to all of you all right here, okay? Let's look at the one that's called Mother to Son.
Well, I'll tell you.
Let's read it. Listen, I'll read it to you. Well, son, I'll tell you, life for me ain't been no crystal stair. It's had tacks in it and splinters and boards torn up and places with no carpet on the floor, bare. But all the time, I's been a climbing on and reaching landings and turning corners and sometimes going in the dark where there ain't been no light. So boy, don't you turn back. Don't you sit down on the steps because you find it's kind of hard. Don't you fall now, for I's still going, honey. I still climbing. And life for me ain't been no crystal stair.
This is literally how I talk on a daily basis.
Now, this is purposely meant to imitate someone who very natural speech, right? So, but let's not worry about that. Let's worry about, literally, this is a poem where a woman is saying, I've been climbing what? Staircase.
And not happy
Well.
staircase.
And it's not a happy staircase.
How did you get staircase from this?
It says stair.
Where?
Okay, wait,
And the like second line.
Mr. Blunt.
Life for me ain't been no crystal stairs.
Oh.
Stairs.
Yeah.
And it's had splinters, boards.
I got
So
you
it's
now.
mother telling her son.
Now, hang on a second. There are some other clues that tell you it's a staircase, literally. What are they? Somebody see another one?
Climbing on.
I'm climbing on, good. You can climb and stairs.
Landing.
Landings, staircases lead
Yeah,
to landings,
yeah,
right?
okay, I
Okay?
got it.
So,
I get you.
if you don't get the literal meaning, there's no way you're gonna get the deeper meaning. So the first thing is, this is a staircase, right? Okay? This is staircase. And this staircase has not been happy. Why, Nick? What are some key words there?
Dude, there's very vivid descriptions in the first bit. It says it's had tacks, splinters,
Boards torn
I
up.
got one.
What else?
boards torn up, places with no carpet on the floor, and bare. There's like nothing on it except nothing happened.
So these aren't crystal stairs. She's been going up some ugly stairs, beat up stairs, right?
Mine.
Oh, I'm sorry. Now then what would crystal stair mean?
Like Chris would be an easy path and you can see right through it. Like,
See right through it?
Time travel.
I think
That's pretty cool. What else? What do you think?
Oh, I don't know. I mean, yeah, there's going like up. So like, she's going up, right?
Yeah, she's climbing,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, they
And
repeated these lines.
what? And literally, what does she say to the boy?
To continue going up.
He has to keep going, right? Don't you stop. I'm still climbing. You got to keep. Turn over to the sick rose. I was so proud of you guys because every single person here came up with something. The only thing that was holding you back was not your thinking process, it was your self-confidence. Trey changed his mind and Heidi changed their minds like 4 or 5 times because every time one would say one, the other one would, well, now my idea is no good. There are ideas in poetry and interpretations that are completely invalid because you can't support them. But if you can support it with the text, with the evidence that's on the page, and it all follows and makes logical sense, then you're okay. All right? You don't have to know, you don't have to do a seance and contact William Blake's spirit and find out what he was talking about, okay? All right? That's all right. I love the fact that every single one of you came up with something in here, whether she was sick with a disease or it was something else. In fact, let's start over here. Emily and Nick, tell them what you did on the sick rose. They had all the right words underlined, and they said literally it was about a flower, a rose dying, right? Now, tell me though what you came up with.
do you want to? Or, okay.
The hidden meaning.
We thought that it was describing an affair. Why are you looking at me like that?
I'm getting
Because
that's
that
idea.
too is what he did.
Go ahead.
Okay, so do you want me to like go?
Tell me where you got that, yes.
Okay.
Walk them through it.
So, Rose is sick, and we were assuming that the invisible worm or whatever is like an illness, like depression or something like emotional turmoil, which also is backed up by in the howling storm.
All right, so we got a howling storm and a worm. He said that's some sort of emotional turmoil. I love the fact he came up with turmoil. Storm is a violent thing. It's not a good thing, right? Go ahead.
Okay. And then has found out Libed. So she found out that whoever she was with is sleeping with someone else.
Okay.
And of Crimson Joy, we thought, or she thought, actually, she was the one who came up with this. Crimson Joy, which is representative of sin in some, you know.
Yep.
His dark secret love, again referring to the woman that her man was cheating on her with. And Does Thy Life Destroy, which is talking about Rose being sick. Well, sick, not happy.
How did you get that?
So,
that was good.
basically, if I should summarize, they saw it as an affair that has ruined her life. She's not literally dying, brokenhearted, depressed, emotional turmoil, right? Over an affair that has ruined her love. Okay. That is only one interpretation, completely valid based on the key words that they picked out and how he explained the storm, the bed, the rose, the secret love. All that's good. But there are other answers that are just as good. Who had sickness? Was that? Who had sickness? Savannah, what did you see there? You and Katie.
Yeah, we took it kind of literally in the sense of being sick. And the invisible worm is like an illness or disease.
Okay.
Howling storm is like you don't want to be ill or sick, so it's obviously a bad point in your life or
Okay.
that kind of thing. Crimson joy as like illness is the same thing like blood and disease and all that kind of stuff.
So the disease is causing the blood, like
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah, kind of back to that. And then life destroy is kind of literally is life being destroyed.
Well, then remember, you're not being literal because literally the poem's talking about a flower. So you're saying there's actually a woman who's dying of a disease. Maybe it's, what kind of disease might make you bleed from the inside and not even know that you've got it?
Hemorrhages.
Well, back in the old days, there was a lot of tuberculosis, right?
Oh, is
They
that
called it consumption because it ate you up from the inside. And this was, of course, you wouldn't know that, but it could be consumption. It could be cancer. It could be some sort of disease that's eating away at her and killing her. And that is a valid interpretation because you went through the process I showed you. You have, you're literal, you got that. You picked the key words, and then you connected those dots to put those together, right? So both of those are valid. Now here's into class though, we need to finish, and all of you have some great ideas. I really don't think anybody in here, well, a couple of you may be ready to do this completely on your own, but if I took you out of your groups, I'm not sure that we would all show mastery. I think we've made progress. I think we're starting to learn to pick up keywords, and we're doing a pretty good job of that. But making that jump from the keywords to what is that hidden meaning? If I didn't let you talk to each other, I think a few of you would struggle. So if I'm doing this in class, then tomorrow we're going to practice on another poem. We're going to take that challenge poem or maybe another one, and we're going to practice through it because I don't think you're ready to make the leap on your own yet. Some of you are getting there. Some of you are farther ahead than others, but some of you are going to need a little more practice. So that's what I'd say to you. Okay? But I appreciate it. Thank you guys. You did a fantastic